The poultry industry is evolving rapidly, driven by key trends such as sustainability, precision nutrition, and functional feeds. Thomas D'Alfonso, Director of Animal and Aquaculture at the US Soybean Expert Council, also known as USSEC, shares his insights on why these trends are gaining prominence. My name is Iris Hoffman. I'm an audio-visual editor for Poultry World, and I will be conducting this interview. Well, hello, Tom. It's a pleasure to do this interview with you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Now, the poultry industry is facing a couple of major trends right now, right? Sustainability, precision nutrition, and functional feeds. What do you think these three trends are rising to the top?
Well, the reason I think these trends are rising to the top is that poultry is almost an ideal source of animal protein. Let's just start there. The fact that chickens can produce eggs and meat provide this variety of healthy animal protein. And the big trends in the world have to do with people moving into the middle class where choosing to eat animal protein is increasing, and poultry is a logical choice for many different cultures. Easy to grow, healthy, and potentially profitable in all parts of the world.
Exactly. And what challenges are poultry producers facing as they work to implement practices to face these new trends?
So, facing these new trends, poultry producers are just like any other animal producer. Quite honestly, the cost of feed is the biggest cost in the operation. So, getting high quality ingredients at low price is the first. Um, Having the animals perform well, uh, so the health of the animals and the management of the animals are very important. Having a brand, having a market for your product is important. And increasingly, we're seeing that sustainable poultry production is attractive to consumers. And so that choosing ingredients that are sustainable, raising the animals in a sustainable manner, and marketing your poultry products all work hand in hand to provide brand differentiation and high quality animal protein to the market.
And what do producers need from their feed as it relates to these areas?
Well, feed is the largest cost input to any animal production system. And what they need are essential amino acids and calories and vitamins and minerals to be balanced in the diet. Um, Too much is wasteful, increasing cost, but too little can be even more costly. Even though your feed may be less expensive, the animals may not produce. And so long as animal protein is more expensive than animal feed, it's always best to look at the performance of animals and know that the ingredients that you're buying are providing the essential nutrients for them to grow to their genetic potential and to be profitable for the operation.
And if we're looking at sustainability, how can choosing the right feed help producers meet their environmental footprint goals?
Right from the start, the choice of which ingredients you use can have a big impact on your carbon footprint. Uh, you don't have control as to what happens before an ingredient reaches your farm gate. You can have all the sustainability practices you want in your operation. You could be recycling materials, having alternative energy sources, but making sure that the ingredients, when they arrive in your operation, were sourced from sustainable sources is important. And there are a number of ingredient suppliers that are starting to provide information on the carbon footprint of the ingredients that arrive at the farm gate.
And how can choosing the right feed help producers reach their precision nutrition goals, for instance?
Well, these work hand in hand. It turns out that those ingredients that are produced more sustainably tend to have higher nutrient composition. There's less damage in the supply chain from the ingredients. So, for example, let's take soy. Um, Soy grown in the United States does not require mechanical drying. So this is a great way to reduce carbon footprint right off the bat. You can simply harvest the beans; they dry naturally in the field and can get to the elevator without introducing this additional process. And so these practices of sustainability improve quality also across the supply chain. And for animal production, having consistent ingredients with reliable amounts of those essential nutrients is the most important aspect to producing animal protein efficiently. The ingredients are efficient, the animal production systems are efficient. All of this means lower greenhouse gases are produced, less environmental and carbon footprint in the operation.
Oh, that sounds good. And if we're looking at the functional feed goals, how can choosing the right feed help producers with that?
Well, by functional feed, what you mean is that you're expecting the nutrients to be in the final feed that you produce to meet the minimum requirements, the minimum nutritional requirements, but also to be in the right balance. And so by choosing ingredients that are reliable and consistent in their nutrient composition, you're able to meet those nutrient requirements of high performing animals and to get the highest profitability in your animal production system. It's good to have quality control in your operation. So whether that means that you work with your supplier to have guarantees of the nutrient composition, or you introduce your own quality control in your operation, these are ways to ensure that the ingredient quality is what you expect, so that the animal performance is what you expect.
Great, thank you, Tom. And is there anything else you'd like to share with our poultry production viewers?
Well, I hope that the message of sustainability and profit came together, because they really do. When we talk about sustainability, it's not just good for the environment and good for the consumer. It really is, but it's good for the profitability of the business. We're finding that companies that employ sustainability methods are business sustainable. They're going to last. They're employing practices that will keep the business in operation from generation after generation, just like the soy farmers in the U.S. that are tending the land and making it sustainable for the next generation in their family, for the family farm to be sustainable. These practices cause the product to be produced to be consistent throughout the supply chain, to provide a low carbon footprint essential ingredient in animal production, particularly poultry, and to improve business profitability and sustainability at the same time for the entire animal protein production supply chain.
Great, thank you very much for your insights, Tom. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.